Musting your way to mastery. Passive modals. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our English language learning journey. Today, we're tackling a unique and critical aspect of English grammar: modal verbs in passive voice, specifically the modal verb, must. By the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of how to use must in passive sentences. Before diving into the passive form, let's do a quick recap of what modal verbs are. Modal verbs are a type of auxiliary verb used to express necessity, ability, permission, or possibility. These verbs include can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and of course, our focus today, must. Must is a modal verb commonly used to indicate an obligation or necessity. It can also denote a strong recommendation or a logical conclusion. For instance, when we say, "You must finish your homework," it indicates a strong obligation or requirement. Now that we know what must is and when to use it, let's move on to the passive voice. Must in passive sentences often takes the form subject plus must plus be plus past participle. This pattern is typically used to express an obligation or a necessity where the action's focus is on the subject. For instance, the sentence, "The rules must be followed," implies an obligation, and the focus is on the rules. To help solidify your understanding, let's look at a few more examples of must in passive sentences. The house must be cleaned every weekend. This issue must be addressed immediately. The document must be signed by the manager. In all these examples, the emphasis is on the action that has to be performed on the subject, hence the use of the passive voice. And there you have it. You now know how to use the modal verb, must, in passive sentences. It might seem tricky at first, but with regular practice, it will soon become second nature. Remember, learning a language is a journey, so take your time and keep practicing. As always, I hope this video has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson. Happy learning!